So you know that we're going to talk about the eclipses on the Virgo and Pisces axis when there is this smell of incredible ritual here, incense and laundry in the background. Incense and detergent. Virgo, Pisces, Virgo, Pisces. I think you know which one. And because we're talking about the resident expert on all things eclipses, here she comes in three, two, one. There she is. How you
Hey,
doing,
Colin,
Celeste?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to see you. It has been too long since we had time together.
Truly, and I guess we just need to have an astrology conference every month, or like, how do I get to Northern California on a bi-weekly basis? I don't know. I really tried to. I was like, is this going to be this summer? But if there are any Leo risings here, you know, we've just been experiencing some of the most scrutinizing, delaying transits I can truly remember. But enough about me,
Mhm.
which is not usually what a Leo rising loves to say, but truly.
Yeah, this year is just, it's been such a roller coaster ride that whatever we can do to stay at least somewhat grounded, that's what we should be focused on and not put any pressure on ourselves
I know.
to to do anything but take care of
Stay
ourselves.
anchored.
Stay
Okay,
anchored.
course. Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
listen, you need no introduction, but would you mind just introducing yourself to the people and telling them what we're going to be learning together today?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I am Celeste Brooks of Astrology by Celeste. I am now an OPA certified astrologer, coach, and intuitive, and the host of the Celestial Insights podcast, which helps you navigate the energies of the week. I retired from my corporate career early. I was in sales, market, and business development 4 years ago. And now I'm a full time astrologer and living my best life talking about the stars and trying to help you understand what's going on in the lens of your own life as well as the
Yes.
collective. I love talking about what's in the
Yes.
news and how it reflects the transits.
Yes, you are so proficient in that. When anybody asks me questions about anything, I'm related to the genocide in Gaza, related to political statements, related to any sort of predictive energy. I'm like, have you listened to Astrology by Celeste? Because she's got the charts of countries memorized. She's got the charts of literal to a point where I'm just like, damn, to be a Taurus woman, okay?
I think it's a Cancer rising. There's certain things I just
Oh,
remember.
memory. Okay, yes. Yeah, no, I always look in awe of the fixed signs of just like, wow, look at these techniques, look at these methodologies. I'm so impressed. But yes, you are so proficient in that realm of expertise. You're a really gifted technician. So congratulations on the certification. And
Thank
I know
you.
you're also launching a course pretty soon, isn't that right? Go
Yes,
ahead.
I'm launching well, I'm launching a mini moon course because
Mini
I think
moon
it's
course.
so important that people understand your moon sign, even whether you're new to astrology or a professional astrologer, it's going to go through the moon signs as well as
Mm,
aspects and houses and really
mm.
help you and some tools to help you stay grounded through this eclipse season. And there'll be like pre-recorded videos and two live Q&As
Nice,
where we
perfect.
go through, and it's also going to help you like journal through the moon, through the different, through the through a whole lunar
Hmm.
cycle, so that you
Yes.
can feel the flavor of the different moons. And I think it'll really help people be more grounded. Now, I'm having a free workshop on Sunday called "Anchored in the Storm" about the eclipses, so people can come
Oh.
and see my style and see if they want to take the course.
And you know what's just literally dawning on me today? And I don't even know how many lives we've done, but the fact that you're ruled by the moon and I'm ruled by the sun.
Absolutely. Yes, we are the luminaries, Colin. When we enter the room, the light is shining from from coast to
Head
coast,
to toe,
from
baby.
sea to shining sea. Yes, yes.
It
And
is.
okay,
Oh my
Colin.
God.
So
What,
we're
honey?
both speaking at UAC, the United
Yes.
Astrology Conference next year.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
really think we need to learn the cat's eye dance
Okay.
for milkshake. Have you
Of,
seen that
of course. Of
for the
course
dance
I have.
floor?
I know my hair's not long enough, but maybe I'll grow it out. For me, it was the hair moves. I was just like,
I have watched that Gap ad 1,000 times.
all
I
right, Sydney Sweeney, and you little American Eagle, eugenics, it's giving white supremacy. We don't love it. Okay. Yeah. So you watch the ad and we're just eating it up like me too.
Yes,
Yes.
and
Oh my God.
the choreography is on fire. I mean, it might be too late then, but I think that choreography may have some legs. I need to
Okay.
look at Kellis's chart because she
Leo,
did
right?
the song Milkshake, and now she's
Yes.
getting this huge boom with this Gap ad. If you have not seen it, and I was
Yes.
wanted to, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about framing
Anytime. Anytime.
why we're seeing this sort of thing. So if you're not
Yes.
familiar, Sydney
Uh,
Sweeney did this ad with American Eagle, and she mimicked the Brooke Shields ads from the 80s, where Brooke Shields was like 16 years old, and it was
mm,
very sexualized, and she was sucking her thumb. And she's talked about her trauma from being essentially abused by the industry, and it's like she played a prostitute in Pretty Baby and all of this stuff, and this was a
yes.
Calvin Klein ad. And right now we
Mm,
have Jupiter and Cancer, so there's this expansion of nostalgia,
mm.
and like
Oh, yes.
yes,
Go
and but
ahead.
it's really important when a planet enters a sign, the aspects it makes like flavor the transit. And
Right.
so Jupiter entered Cancer back in
June ninth,
June.
right?
Yes, and it squared Saturn and Aries. So there's
Mm-hmm.
this battle between the past, and people are willing to go to extremes for, and this culture war stuff is part of it. And then Sydney Sweeney said, it's like implied that she's because of her genes, her genetic code, eugenics is very
Mm,
related to this Jupiter and Cancer. Cancer can be tribal and,
oh,
be very different than Sagittarius, which is like cosmopolitan and global.
right.
Cancer can be like, this is my tribe, my family, and if you don't fit this. And so it was like elevating this energy of the blonde, blue-eyed Aryan stuff. And a couple people wrote think pieces, but the right acted like it was like this big deal
Of
that
course.
people
Of
were
course.
saying. And I didn't get excited about it, but I said,
Mm,
but the Gap did this ad with Cat's Eye, which is this international group, and they
yes.
blew
Nailed
this
it.
ad on, and they used the song Milkshake. And like it's the words are perfect. My milkshake is better than yours.
And they're like, damn right. I could teach you, but I have to
The
charge.
charge. It's so perfect. So, and they're like, there's things about it. So, if you
Ah,
watch that, think about it through the
my
lens
God.
of the battle between the
Yes.
cultures, and is signified
Yes.
in the sky by Uranus and Gemini, trine Pluto and Aquarius. There is
Mm,
this desire. Gemini and Aquarius and Libra are the air signs, and they're humane, and they talk about like people and cultures, and
mm,
Aquarius is societies, and Gemini you can think about thought processes, and they're trying to use this subliminal stuff
yeah.
to force us back in the past.
Yes. Oh,
But
shit.
yeah, Neptune in Aries is like making this sextile to both of them, and this mini grand trine is called a wedge, and it's like, yeah, we're not. They're trying to just send us back because trines remove all restrictions, but we're like with
Mm.
Saturn and Neptune there, we're like hold up, and this fiery Aries like battle is taking place in the culture.
Celeste, I just have to reiterate how impressed I am by your technical training and the way that you then tell the story of the current events.
Oh, thank
Like
you.
I could not do that on my best day. Couldn't do it.
Well,
I
you
couldn't
do
do
what
it.
you do.
Yeah, but everybody's got
So
their
perfect.
milkshake. Everybody's got their milkshake, and we don't have to say, "Damn right, mine's better than yours." We're having like a fucking, an open fair of it. All right, but no, you are so proficient in this, and I'm just really impressed by how you brought that together in such a way that. And I've read a few of the think pieces, but of course, nothing astrologically coded. So
Mhm.
that was just so well done. Yeah, and now I want to do the la 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 la. I know, just like that's all I wanted. I know. Anyway, me and my friends have danced like that before. I don't want to brag, but it's true.
I know. Well, Chelsea needs to be on the dance
Oh, of
floor too.
course,
She
of
is
course,
going to
of
be. She
course.
probably knows that dance already.
And my other
She's
Leo friend Lauren. Oh my God, yeah, just me and the Leos. Just like I'll get a longer weave and just like work it like nobody's business. So don't. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Woo! All right, thank you for that context. And now, should we go into the eclipses, or this
Mhm.
is your show, honey? So it's really, I trust your leadership on this 100%.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, let's talk about eclipses.
Let's do
And
it.
so, for
Just gonna make
anybody
this
who
breath.
doesn't know, every month we have a new moon where things are seated, and 2 weeks later we have a full moon where where the sun. So the new moon, the sun and the moon are together, and they
Mm.
whisper secrets to each other. They're in the same sign, same degree, and something's planted. And at the full moon, we get like some kind of full illumination when the sun and the moon are opposite, based on the sign aspect. And then twice a year, we have eclipse season where these intensified new and full moons that are karmic turning points. And I like to talk about eclipses as you walk through a door and you turn around and there's a wall. So they pull you forward into things. And if your chart is activated, and if the degrees of the eclipse are within, especially a degree on either side or the same degree, but even 5 degrees away, there can be a very clear story in your life that's related
Ooh,
to the nature of the eclipses.
yes, yes. And so where I have to sort this out later. My Virgo barber. You want to talk about how we're talking about astrology and the solar eclipse and Virgo and this and that? My
Uh-huh.
Virgo barber's on here telling me you need a haircut. Astrology in action. I just gave me one a week ago. Those bastards. No, I love them so much. Kaya, shout out to you.
Oh,
Uh,
Julia, the first one is right on her Venus. Okay, so let's talk about and
yeah,
how do you know where the eclipses are going to be? It's what
we'll
we
start with the
have
first one, September
collectively.
5th.
Yeah,
September
what we have
7th, excuse me.
7th, yeah. What we have collectively is the lunar
Mm,
nodes. And what they do is they travel through the zodiac and they move backwards. So it's kind of like a jarring feeling. And right now, the North Node is in the sign of Pisces. And the
mm.
North Node is an amplifier and it signifies groups as well.
Yes.
And so their Pisces themes are in the energy. And like high road, creativity, compassion, empathy, these are Pisces things, but people are in empathy overload because we're seeing what's happening in Gaza. We're seeing what's happening
Oh,
to immigrants being dragged off the street and
ah,
all this stuff. And it's like it's a lot, and we're seeing deception and misinformation just going wild. Pisces is also a water sign, so we're seeing
mm,
themes of storms. That Jupiter in Cancer, a water sign trining the North Node in Pisces, we're seeing entire communities being
yes.
devastated by floods, like what happened in Texas, and it's happening all
So
over the world.
literal. Yeah, it's so
It's
literal.
so literal, yes. And Pluto in Aquarius, a big part of this is our societies are being changed by, in part, tragedy,
Mm,
making really big mass changes in society. So that's what we're seeing amplified. And the South Node is in Virgo. And so Virgo's an earth sign, and it speaks to our routines and rituals and how daily
mm,
life is being like it's jarring when all of a sudden
yes.
things come up.
Yes.
Health is Virgo, workers,
Yes. Yeah.
armies are Virgo. So armies like the National Guard being sent into LA and all these places.
DC. Yeah.
DC.
I
So
did not know that armies were Virgo.
hmm Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a sixth house. It's Aries and Virgo. I have association with armies. Yeah, but like public
Mm.
sector workers, remember at the beginning of the year where hundreds of thousands of people got laid off? That was
Yes.
like because the South Node can make a sucking sound. It's a drain, a cosmic
Yeah.
drain. It's like the toilet bowl. But Virgo, what it also does is it turns things inside out. That's a new thing I
Hmm.
have.
Inside out.
The South Node turns things inside out. So think about where you
Oh.
have Virgo in your chart
Uh-huh.
and what are you learning about yourself about that like ability to are you learning about like what's the word, perfectionism, or
Yeah.
letting your anxiety go out of control, or what are the things? I'm in a lunar return. Oh, so are you, right?
Yeah, maybe not a lunar return, but a nodal return,
That's what
right?
I meant,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
nodal
yeah, yeah,
return.
yeah. Nodal return. Yes, yes. So I am processing everything that you're saying in real time. Yeah, because
Mhm.
I am definitely much more comfortable in the Virgo domain, just
Me too.
absolutely. Yes. Yeah, as you were in your business and in your former professional iteration. But I think the more I step towards Pisces, and I wanted to actually read something that I think is very
Okay.
Pisces. Is that okay?
Hmm.
Yes, but how Virgo Pisces is this? Like, I have a book passage, okay? And it's just like
What's the
really.
name of the book? Tears? What?
The Tears of Things by Father Richard Rohr.
Mm.
Yeah. So like, because I did the baptismal communional. You went to Catholic school, right? Too, didn't you? Didn't you go to
No.
a Catholic? Oh, I could have sworn you did. Never mind. Yeah, no, I did baptism, communion, confession, whatever the hell. And so I just thought this was really gorgeous because I think it's very Virgo Pisces, but it's from a linguist, and it's by, hold on one second, stand by, and the Tears of Things. How Pisces is this? Okay, here we go. Henrik Zimmer said that the best things cannot be told. Very simple, but how, to me, I feel that's very Pisces. Of
Hmm.
just, Pisces really has no desire to just keep on talking about things. It's like, because the best things can't be told. It's love, it's compassion, it's forgiveness, it's empathy. Can we
Yes,
talk about
forgiveness.
that? I think,
Yes.
yeah, my Pisces ex-boyfriend, but who is a dear friend of mine, I was just talking to him last week, and he told me one of the most profound stories of forgiveness I have ever heard in my entire life.
Hmm.
And can we talk about forgiveness?
Yes.
Yes, and right, we can for the purpose of this Instagram live, but in terms of like it being the best things that cannot be told, I find it very Pisces.
Yes. Well, the
Can we
water
talk about
signs.
love? Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, the water signs are mute. So they're feeling, they're sensing, they're
Mom, did
intuitive.
you hear that? My mother's here. I hope she fucking heard that. Did you hear that? She did. Okay, go ahead.
I know she's a Cancer,
I
but she's
know.
got other things in her chart. I'm just
Libra.
like,
Libra. I know, but because she's mute, she doesn't want to talk. Okay. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
tell
Go
your
ahead.
mom I said hello. She
I
is
will,
so
I will, I
wonderful.
will, I will. Go ahead.
Yes, forgiveness is a practice, someone said.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely. And can you forgive others and yourself for transgressions? Like, forgive yourself for not being perfect. That's Pisces Virgo energy. If you've made a mistake, can you forgive
Yes.
yourself? And can you forgive others their transgressions? Yeah,
Oh, that
as
was so
well.
beautiful.
Hmm.
Yes. Can you forgive yourself for not being perfect? Virgo fucking Pisces.
Yes.
Yes. That's so beautiful. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, so
So
these
back
are
to
what's
you.
in focus. So,
Yeah.
and we can think about so on next week is going to be really interesting, and we can watch as things unfold. So the first thing that's going to happen is on September 1st, Saturn is going to move back into Pisces
That's right.
until next February. So we're finishing up some work of Saturn through Pisces. It's going to move back to 25 Pisces. So if you have anything right around that, be aware there's going to be some story in your life. So
Mm.
this is as well, we're going to be seeing some things that are, and Saturn destroys, and Saturn's difficult, and it's karmic. And yeah,
Mm.
I think it's going to be about, they're talking about moving homeless people out of DC, they're talking about moving people from Gaza to Sudan,
Yes.
although it's just in the talking phase.
Better.
There's like there could be some kind of massive displacement of difficult that's difficult, but it also can be just you may feel like a sense of heaviness, like about
Oh,
empathy stuff. And then Uranus is going to station retrograde. So there's going to be some kind of Uranus awakens us. And it's in the sign of Gemini. So we may get some big information, like they're talking about taking away the COVID vaccines
oh, I
that
saw that.
has a health component to it
My
because
God.
we're going to be awakened to something. It's going to be surprising. And then Pisces lunar eclipse on the 7th,
Yes.
there's going to be this big surge of Pisces energy. So, one of the things
Yes.
that could happen is you have some like kind of awakening about like a sibling or a Gemini topic, and it leads to forgiveness that Pisces. Like you just get
Mm.
the like you can watch a movie when Saturn goes back into Pisces, and it can
Yeah.
reflect
Yes.
the life of the person who hurt you, and then you're like, oh my God. And then you have compassion and forgiveness for them. So notice like things like that.
And I love that you use the movie because that feels very Pisces too, right? Is that
Mhm,
they really do receive. This is me doing my best to rationalize with my North Node. So you and I both will be in this together. But they really do receive so much transmission through direct contact with the arts,
mhm,
music, movie, poetry, anything that is so non-Gemini Virgo, textual,
mhm.
clinical, evidence-based, research-backed. Pisces is uninterested in that discourse. He would much rather get the transmission through like a song or a movie.
Mhm.
And I used to roll my eyes, but now I totally get it. Thank you, Saturn and Pisces, for this awareness because oh man, I dragged Pisces through the mud, and now I'm like, okay, you were right, kinda. So anyway, just a little bit,
Yeah.
just a little bit. And I was going to say that thank you for bringing us the context of next week. I was going to share that on Tuesday. Mercury enters Virgo until I believe September 18th. So this could be also really beneficial because what Celeste and I are discussing is like some really big ideas. And they are needed right now. That's why this is what time it is. But we want to know that with Mercury and Virgo, we want to think about, well, what are the small goals that we
Mhm.
can commit to that we've been discussing, right? So is it just a beginning the process of self-forgiveness, right? Let me give myself grace for not being perfect, Virgo Pisces.
Absolutely.
What's
Absolutely.
the small
And
goal?
so information. So really watch what happens. Yeah, Saturn goes back into Pisces and then Mercury's at the 29th degree of Leo,
Yeah, I have to think
and
about
that's
it.
on the president's ascendant. So
Which one?
the
I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding,
well,
I'm kidding. Yeah, right, I
you
know, I know, I know. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, this is such an interesting thing that we're
The hand
seeing.
thing?
The hand thing. So
What is
Gemini
that?
rules the hands. And so what happened right before the new moon in Gemini, that was excuse me, the new moon in Virgo, which is a health sign, at
Yeah,
0 degrees, squaring Uranus and Gemini. And Gemini rules the hand, and Uranus surprises and shocks. There was like bad makeup on the president's
yes.
hand, and like Mars and Libra, like it didn't match his skin. And so there's all this talk about his health. And we have a new moon at 0
Love it.
Virgo and then 29 Virgo. And I'm calling this Alpha and the Omega. And there was this doctor talking about watch
Is it?
watch what's happening and see how often he's golfing. We'll notice that his health is seriously in decline
If he's not
when his
golfing.
routine and ritual that he loves about golfing, we
Virgo.
start to see it go less. So that's what he said at 0 Virgo. And by 29 Virgo, is there going to be a new story on September 21st, if he's still with us, about about his golfing habits.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there's less of it.
I just have to say, as a very gay man, I love so much that you made his concealer about Mars and Libra. I just really, there's just something so gay about that. And I just really appreciate you bringing in the camp of it all because that is just so campy. And then the concealer did not match the skin tone.
It
So his
did.
Mars, I
And so
know.
people focused in on it. The sun
Yeah,
in Virgo focused in on it. Like, what does that mean about his health? Or da, da, da,
right.
da.
Who's
Yeah.
his makeup artist? Because I'm telling you right now, the skin, it is not a match.
There were
I
so
love
many
it.
posts about it.
I
What's going
know.
on? How is this? What does this
Oh
mean? Da, 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 da.
God, that's so
But you
funny.
know, we have medical advances. Someone posted something on Threads about it was really well written. I wish I remember what astrologer said it about reminding people we have so many medical interventions available. Stuff that used to suggest someone was leaving the realm is no longer because we can, you have several exits out of this life. So I know some astrologers thought he was cooked with Uranus squaring his ascendant
Yes,
Mars
yes.
in the spring, but you know,
I'm thinking of our mutual colleague, Maria Di Simone, my astrology godmother, and she said something that she didn't realize was so funny. She goes, Colin, I have killed Trump 6 times. He won't die. I'm like, what do you mean you killed him 6 times? She's like, I thought I tried to predict his death like 6 times, and I swear to God, he's not dying. And I just love the idea of astrologers killing people multiple times through our predictions. And that, yeah,
Mm,
the Teflon Don, baby, he just
yeah.
refuses to die. Holy moly. Okay,
Yeah.
anyway,
And
see,
what if he
before
gets a
this.
heart transplant? Ah, and then people are going to need to be medicated. Ah,
I'm gonna need a heart transplant. I know. Then I'm gonna just be like, you know what, everybody? Finito. Ciao, I'm leaving.
we
I
just
can't.
we're
Just
dealing with
cannot.
America's karma, and
Yes.
he's
One
part of it. And this is
one
Pluto
breath
in
at a time.
Aquarius. We
Yeah.
see stuff that had been happening in the past, but underneath the surface, like the corruption, the
Yes.
bullying other countries, all this other
Yes.
stuff. The aggression. Now he announced as well. He wants to change the Department of Defense back to the Department of War. Mercury names things, and Uranus and Gemini, a
Good Lord.
reversal
Good
of
Lord.
what this thing is called.
Good
So,
Lord.
and we have ships, like Navy ships in the Caribbean near Venezuela,
Okay.
and
Oh,
Maduro has called up 4.5 million troops. So this could be a story in the lunar eclipse about what's going on over there, because it's often regime change is associated with lunar eclipses, because in the past the kings used to, or the emperors used to, or the rulers used to sometimes put a proxy in. I think it was Mesopotamia, like the king would have a
mm,
proxy at a lunar eclipse, so that, like, to
because
protect himself, because they were known,
yes,
people noticed that leaders died or were taken out at
during
this time.
eclipses.
Yeah. So
And correct me
there
if
was
I'm
like,
wrong. Oh, go ahead, baby. Sorry.
I was just going to say, in 2021 there was a lunar eclipse to Biden's, opposite Biden's son, or something like that, and he got a procedure, and Kamala Harris was president for like a day, or stepped into the
Whoa.
role. Yeah, on the
Okay.
day of
And
the eclipse.
this is what my next question is. Is this not the no, we will not have another solar eclipse in Virgo, right? This is right.
One.
So we'll, yeah, so there's one. Yeah, how are what's the idea with Virgos and eclipses? I haven't gotten to 2026's astrology yet because I can't look past the Saturn Neptune conjunction. But tell me about the fact that this solar eclipse in Virgo on September 21st is the first, the last. What's the
Yeah.
continuity there? And then I'm going to string
Well,
up some dates.
so this is something I think is important. Since 2023, we've had three solar eclipses in Aries, amplifying conflict. But there was never
That's
a
right.
lunar eclipse in Aries, kind of releasing that energy. And now we have only one solar eclipse in Virgo at 29 Virgo, the degree of crisis
Yes.
and decay. About, I think Virgo is, I talk about it's farmland, but it's also like the topsoil.
Hmm.
And with Uranus, with all this air, Uranus and Gemini trying Pluto and Aquarius, I'm concerned about air stuff. Like, there's a dust storm in there's a
Oh God,
dust
that's
storm
so
in
Pisces
Arizona.
air. That's so textbook. Go ahead. Sorry. That's
Oh,
so
I
textbook.
think there may be something like that next week with the lunar eclipse. Like there's a big pickup of dust places around the world, and then there's this crisis. We know in the U.S. The administration like started targeting farm workers, ruined the relationship between farmers and countries like China. The soybean farmers are up the creek. And this is
Mm,
going to potentially lead to some kind of food shortages and something like that. So I think
that
that
feels very
one
Virgo Pisces.
solar eclipse in Virgo is indicative of that we're seeing this problems around a lot of layoffs may happen,
Yes.
and then problems with the land, pets' health. To make sure your pets that you're giving them their tick medication if you do that, that you've got them
Mm,
all vaccinated if you do that,
yeah. Okay.
because um, small pets are ruled by Virgo.
Yes, 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 yes. You know what I'm thinking of right now is that one of my working theories, and I know you had said that
Mhm.
Virgo rules both. I actually see them a little different, and obviously we could
Uh-huh.
discourse, debate, and see if this is something that could be helpful for people in navigating the fact that, again, we just talked about some really, really big things. But I would actually pinpoint Virgo as the sign of routine and Pisces as the sign of ritual. I would separate
Oh,
them a
okay.
little bit just so, because when we integrate Virgo and Pisces on this axis, I think where we can bring to ritual this expectation of I can accept non-closure in ritual. That's why a funeral is
Mm.
a ritual. It's not really complete. You see what I'm saying? And routines are the things we do every morning to help us kind of complete and commence.
Mm.
Are you processing what I'm
I
saying? Does this
love
make
that,
sense?
Colin.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
stealing it. I'm
Okay,
stealing
please,
it.
please, 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 please,
Virgo's
please.
a routine. Pisces is a ritual. That's how you make the
Are
mundane spiritual.
hello. And if we
Mm.
just like, look, I love a Virgo, but they're not going to be like, oh yeah, let's make this moment really sacred with lighting and a fire and music and this and that. They're going to be like, no, I'm not going on the floor because you haven't vacuumed yet. You know what I mean? So that, we get into the routines a little bit. And I just think that a world without ritual and routine was the earliest stages of the pandemic. I've been meditating on this a lot. And when we didn't have graduations, funerals, the morning commutes, we lost the routines and the rituals that organized reality. And I think that was one of the greatest casualties we still haven't even really addressed, right?
Hmm. We're not
Because
okay from the pandemic. Yeah.
no, and you know what? Of all the six axes, for me, it wasn't Gemini Sag that collapsed the quickest. It was Virgo Pisces.
Yes.
Even though like lockdown, we couldn't travel. Not that I was doing a ton of it back then, but like we were all kind of here, even though that's where the nodes were, squaring Virgo and Pisces. We lost those morning routines, those situations where like, oh, I took the F train to 59th Street, and as soon as I heard that, that lets me know that I am now going to this particular space. And then we lost the sacred rituals, the FaceTime funerals, the Zoom weddings. Without that, where are we organizing reality with a capital R?
Absolutely, Colin. It feels like we're in a movie. It feels like we're not in reality. And that was
No.
Neptune and Pisces back then.
Yes. Yes.
Ah,
Neptune and
yes.
Pisces, the North Node in Gemini.
Yes.
Uranus just entered Taurus. So like everybody was feeling a little, destabled. But yeah, I just wonder if we as astrologers, because it's not like the uncertainty is going to get any more certain. It's only getting worse from here. Let's be clear. As far as I'm concerned, I could be wrong, but that's
It's
what I'm feeling.
we're going through some tough years, so we have to
Yes.
be aware of that, not fight it. There's a sense of surrender,
Yes.
that we have to
Yes.
accept that
And I
this
don't
is
know.
tough. Hmm.
This is tough, and personally speaking, maybe this is our nodes in harmony.
Hmm.
I do not know a more non-negotiable practice than the morning routines, and
Mhm.
the semi occasional ritual. If you do not have that, you don't have anything to move through uncertainty, as far as I'm concerned.
And that's why I'm doing my moon class to give people a ritual and help them with a routine to stay
Say it,
more
sister.
grounded and
Yes.
to understand their because the moon rules our subconscious. The sun is our
Mm,
conscious mind. And so
mm.
to help people be aware of when things are coming up within them by really dipping into their moon sign. Hmm.
Beautiful. And my moon sign incorporates my routines absolutely. I do a course in miracles every day. I meditate for 10 minutes, Capricorn discipline. I'm not fucking around, right?
Yes.
But then my north node in Pisces is like, well, I kind of just want to like gather around a fire and take my shirt off with my friends. I kind of just want to like, take some plant medicine and like have like a fun little ecstatic moment, that
Mhm.
we lose control, but all I know is that I think that when we are talking about Virgo and Pisces, the ones that actually really help us reorganize reality through expecting and accepting non-closure, Pisces,
Mhm.
right? Because it's just going to start at Aries, and here we go again, right? Till our
Yeah.
last breath. And then Virgo's like, yeah, but can I just put like a punctuation mark in some area of my life? Because right now it's starting to feel like a run on sentence. So can my morning routine just help me go, all right, I'm not asleep, but I'm not quite yet working. I need 10 minutes of silence, of introspection, because I'm not quite there yet. So I need a punctuation mark for closure and commencement. Virgo Pisces.
I love that. Oh my
Oh,
God, that's
thank
your
you.
superpower. Colin, being
Oh,
able to delineate things like that. That is so
oh, thank you
clear.
for seeing it at
Uh,
that verb. Yes, no, thank you. Because for almost all my life, I actually thought that I was an Aquarius South Node, Leo North Node, and then astrologer Jessica Lanyadoo. I received just a quick little spontaneous reading from her, and she was like, "Oh no, honey, you are a Virgo South Node," and she was like, "And by the way, that's it, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it." And ever since she like helped me realize that a few years ago, yeah, your boy's
Oh, I'm
Virgo
so
Pisces.
jealous you got a reading from
Oh,
Jessica. She
quick,
is
yeah.
so brilliant.
Real, yeah, and of course she like just did it on the cuff, and I was like, "Bitch, oh my God, how did you download this so quick?" But ever since I
Mhm.
learned that, I'm like, "Oh, and that explains I'm surrounded by Virgo women, and
Mhm.
Pisces often chat my ass more than anybody else." But I'm surrendering to their wisdom. So anyway, with
Yeah,
that in
people
mind,
come in on your nodes.
oh
Yeah, the people who
yes,
come in on your nodes are karmic in your life. Yeah. They're here to help
um,
you close out something spiritually or learn the south node, learn like things on the north node of
but
ways
I
to move
can't,
forward.
I can't close them out by just like knocking the teeth out of their skull. I can't.
No, you can't go Long Island on them.
Why not? Celeste, what's the fun? Maybe I will go a different Long Island on them, okay? Anyway, so with these practices in mind, could we consider perhaps then routines and rituals to help us manage and move through all this uncertainty, if that's what you wanted to discuss in the
Yes,
agenda? I just
that's
figured,
something you can do. Like I love that you do your Course of Miracles. I
mm,
have this app called Open and it's
ooh,
a nervous system reset. So
oh,
every
great.
morning when I'm walking with my dog, it's always so in line with the energy that
Mm,
there's like a meditation. They have meditation, breath work and all this stuff. Yeah. And that's
oh,
what
that's
something
great.
I use for a routine and ritual. So think about that. I love using oracle cards. We both
Yes,
love Colette Baron Reed. Her Wisdom of the Oracle deck is a great
yes,
starter deck to
yes. I have that
pull a
over here.
card every day
Yes.
and think about what does this mean, maybe even journal about it, and then watch as you move through the world how that card shows up for you. That's
Oh,
a great
gorgeous.
routine and ritual.
Yeah.
Meditation, breath work, exercise, getting in nature. These are all things that can help us grounded. Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
Paulette is the best. She is
The
so
best.
amazing.
We love a Cancer Queen. Okay. And now I have like two questions for you, but I'm going to start with the less provocative one.
Okay. I
Okay.
love
I know.
provocative.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Then I'll start with that one, actually. Yeah. No, Gemini, put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Do you work with eclipse energy through ritual, i.e., manifestation? What's your take on the discourse that one ought not to work with
Yeah.
eclipses and their energy because they're too chaotic? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hot take.
I still set intentions at the solar eclipse, but not as seriously, because you really should watch what unfolds as you move through
Yeah.
eclipse season, because it's karmic and it brings in surprises. So trying to have a plan, like I'm going to do this, and this, it will
Mm,
go haywire, potentially sideways, because things will come in that you weren't expecting. So I don't
mm,
do as you can lighten up your ritual routines for eclipses, and watch what unfolds. Like this
that's
lunar eclipse at 15 Pisces, and people are already seeing their stories. Eclipses come in like 4 to 6 weeks in advance sometimes, and
yeah.
people are realizing someone, it might be yourself, is like like a Piscean in some way, is maybe having a issue with alcohol, drugs, escapism in general, is
Mm,
sick. Like we all know, the president of the United States is not doing so great health
mm,
wise.
mm,
There is people like struggling. Some people are facing homelessness or
yeah.
eviction and things like that, or despondent mentally, like just feeling so depressed or and hopeless. And some people are going to
Mm,
understand, like, notice next week someone could realize one of their parents has dementia or it's getting worse, because they say something and it's like you can't unsee it anymore. That Uranus and Gemini that tells you, oh my God, they're not all together upstairs anymore. And
mm.
what are we going to do? Now we've got to take action. Now, if you had all this, like 10 things you were planning for this
Yeah.
month, all of a sudden it could be like, I can't. I got to get in touch with my siblings. We got to talk about mom or
Yes.
dad and da 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 da.
Yeah. I like what you're saying insofar as like ritual, it can be helpful, but also eclipse energy is so wildly uncontrollable that it might not make a lot of sense to have some sort of like finite fix. This is what I'm going to do. Like release the agenda a bit is what I'm hearing from you. Is that
Yeah,
right?
release the agenda. That's a perfect way to say it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. And what I'm also feeling is with Saturn and Pisces as well, I've sort of been reflecting on while I genuinely appreciate how in the higher consciousness industry, there's a lot of emphasis on positive thoughts, positive energy, feeling good, maintaining and sustaining, your highest level of joy, which is very Sag, very Jupiter. It's absolutely necessary, right? But I think what I'm become a little nervous about is I'm starting to feel like the collective believes they're entitled to a permanent state of bliss and enthusiasm.
Mm.
And if I have a tough emotion, I just have to do this thing to get rid of it. And it's just like, actually, there's nothing wrong. Like, and I feel like Saturn and Pisces is giving us the grit and the perseverance to be in those Pisces realizations of my mother might have dementia. I'm not saying she does,
Yeah.
like I'm paraphrasing what you
Yeah.
shared.
Hmm.
And so what? Am I just going to like detour because I don't have the skills to look pain in the eye? Or am I going to approach this knowing I'm not entitled to a permanent state of bliss no matter what? These like my new spin on this is like God's rejection is my protection. Or maybe it's not actually. Maybe like things are fucking hard and shitty and that's okay too. Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking out
That's
loud.
what Jupiter and Cancer helps us with. Jupiter and Cancer can give us some emotional grounding in order to deal with tough emotions and to feel held in some
Yes.
ways. So no, we
Yeah.
shouldn't. We shouldn't. No, we're not. Bliss is not a permanent state. No, it's not. And I think it was
Might be
Johnny who was
nice.
like, "Will I survive?" He's got a Pisces Sun Virgo moon. Yes, this is a great eclipse
He
to
is totally going
to,
to
to
survive.
to
Sorry.
journal and watch what's coming through, and what are you
Yes.
learning about yourself, and do you have
Yes.
escapist tendencies, or do you have savior complex, are you always trying to give too much? Do you need to protect your energy? What are you
Uh-oh.
doing to clean your shield?
Uh-oh.
Are you putting yourself in a bubble and
I don't get that sense
washing
from
your
him, but
energy,
yeah,
taking
now I want to
showers to
know.
get other people's energy off, like taking
Okay.
time to yourself? Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, this is
Are
so
you
good.
eating 10,000 chocolate chip cookies?
Yes.
That could be like, catch yourself. Why are you doing it? Are you hungry, angry, lonely, tired? Like, do some
Mm,
self work with through it.
yeah. I'm thinking too, just like healthier coping strategies, right? Very Virgo. And it's always the ones we roll our eyes at, which makes me laugh. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so many of our dysregulation could be solved if we just like drink more water.
Hmm.
Breathed 3 times, a couple of moments, go to bed early as best as we can, just those stupid little things that we love to ignore and pretend it couldn't be that easy. It's often actually that easy.
Hmm.
Ooh, awkward for the
It
Virgo
is.
Pisces, awkward for that. So you know what I want to do then, just because this is, oh
Oh,
wait,
I
go
want
ahead.
to tell you one story that we're seeing
Tell
in the
me,
news.
tell me as I drink some water. Go ahead, honey. Go
So
ahead.
I get these downloads, and so next week's podcast is going to be called The Executioner's Song. And I'm like, how
Mm.
is this going to show up? And so I did some Googling, and there is a man in, oh, I think it's Utah. It might not be. I think it's Utah, who is supposed to be executed on the 5th, the day
Ooh.
Uranus goes retrograde by firing squad, and they're trying to stop it because he has dementia. So that's the eclipse
That's
going together.
crazy.
Like
This
there's
goddamn country.
this death walk, Saturn and Pisces, like a dead man walking, that movie. But and it's the
Yes.
first firing squad in years, and but that dementia, so that brings the sudden Uranian break with the Pisces lunar eclipse, and hopefully they'll able to stop it with Uranus retrograde. Retrogrades can delay things. They can the
Ooh.
collapse of something contemplated.
Yes.
There's conflict and arguments, so we'll see
Oh
if
my God.
they stop his execution. Yes,
Horrible.
it's crazy. And the Executioner's Song was a movie. So I have Mars and Venus and
Yes.
Gemini. I get these little things, and then
Yep.
I title my I do on Threads, let myself run a
Yeah.
little while.
I, and I'm so glad you too, Aries Moon. Okay, take your bra off and just fucking have fun, baby. All right, let it out. Ba, 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 ba,
Mhm,
ba, 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 ba.
mhm,
Now I have another question for you.
mhm.
What would we consider? We talked about forgiveness. We talked about lots of different routines and rituals to help us with this. What about mercy? I feel like mercy. I
Pisces.
Yeah, I just feel that mercy on us, mercy on other people. I think it's like a really powerful idea to consider right now. Do you have any thoughts on that? Like
I
mercy and
think so.
humility?
Yes. So I'm calling this now. This is my new thing. I've started naming chart patterns.
Oh,
So, so I call the mini grand trine, the wedge we have in the sky for the next couple of years, on and off, and it's Uranus in Gemini, trine Pluto in Aquarius, and they both sextile Neptune in Aries. And right now, Saturn's there. I'm calling this the road to Damascus. And Uranus went into Gemini on July 7th or 8th.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and what think about what you were awakened to. So the road to Damascus is Saul was a Pharisee, and he was traveling. This is a biblical story. He was
Go ahead.
traveling from somewhere to Damascus, and he was struck blind on the road for 3 days. And Jesus said, "Why are you persecuting me?" or something like that. And he had this spiritual awakening and became Apostle Paul for Jesus. So
Hmm.
that's everyone's having like some kind of awakening in this time that changes your concept of like groups of people, power dynamics, something. And it's like there's a pop the balloon, like deception is falling away from your eyes. And one of the first things that happened is a lot of these MAGA people, when the Trump administration said with Jeffrey Epstein, there's nothing to see here. He didn't do any, like, he doesn't have a list, blah, blah, blah. And people were absolutely furious, apoplectic.
Yes.
And people have started falling away from, I think it's a cult, from the cult. So that's what some people are doing. So think about in your own
Yes.
life since this summer, what has like boom shattered your conceptions about
And
things?
can you let us know in the comments, because I want to get into some data analysis. This would be really fun. So if you could think of like topics, relationship, spirituality. I've heard some really great critique about the astrological industry. We can reform from within,
Oh,
so
absolutely.
y-
Absolutely.
I've heard some great ideas and like not so lovely things about the state of our culture right now. And I'm like, okay, noted, So if you have anything you want to share, please let us know, because that would be very interesting for me to have while we are blessed with the gift of your attention and participation. And
Yeah.
speaking of comments, oh, go ahead. Do you want to say something, C?
Yeah, yeah. I've had like some shattering of America. Like,
Uh,
I know with our horrible past, but we were moving. It felt like, the trajectory was trying to bring more equitable things into people. And like this whole thing where they like just took everything away with DEI and changing the names of ships, taking it away, like trying to take away gay marriage. I'm just
oh
so
yeah,
disgusted
yeah.
by the state of our culture.
Yes.
It's been hard to deal with.
No,
Uh,
it's true. It's true. Oh
yeah.
God, yeah. Oh, I could go on a whole
Mhm.
thing about that, but thank you for that
Mhm.
reminder. So, with these eclipses in mind, right, what would
Mhm.
maybe be one quick summary for folks to hold around what to work with on September 7th and September 21st?
So know where
And
you
then I'll
have
bring up the
Pisces
questions.
and Virgo in your natal chart. You can come to my thing on Sunday if you like. It's free. It's called Anchored in the Storm. You go to
So Virgo
astrologybyceleste.com.
Pisces, so Virgo
Yeah.
Pisces.
So pay attention to what is coming to your conscious attention about Virgo and Pisces topics, all the things that we've talked
Mm.
about. Like, let me see. I think I put like it's great, like your health. What are you doing to take
Oh,
care of your health? There is a risk, I hate to tell people, but there is a risk we could have another pandemic in the next
heard
couple of
that.
years.
Heard that.
Because
Yeah.
if you haven't seen, there are these zombie, like these rabbits with this weird
God.
horns. Then there are these deers with like warts all over their faces and bodies, and these squirrels having these things. And I did a little research, and like the animals starting to having health problems, and this is signified by Saturn and Neptune moving together.
Good Lord.
Saturn rules the skin, and Neptune like dissolves, breaks things down, and it rules illnesses and viruses and things. And they're meeting in February, and we're having a solar
Saturn Neptune
eclipse.
conjunction.
The
Go ahead.
Saturn Neptune
Sorry.
conjunction could be a pandemic. We're having a solar eclipse in Aquarius, but the north node's in Pisces. Aquarius is an air sign, so there could be something coming. So I think we have to like the temple, Virgo, like whatever you can do to keep your physical body, your immune system as healthy as possible should be something we're all working on, especially through eclipse season. Pay attention to what's coming up in the news in terms of illnesses, especially if it's in
Okay.
your area. I think is important. Your
Somebody had
pets.
asked.
I think take care
Oh,
of your small pets is
yes,
what I
you had
said
said.
earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, and then somebody had asked, and thank you, Lauren. We have an amazing, the other Leo that I was telling you about, who would totally dance the night away with us. She's
Mhm.
here. And
Ah,
yes, and she just posted, so an astrologer as well. September 7th is a lunar eclipse at 1523 Pisces, because somebody had
yes.
asked about the degrees. And then
Oh,
the
sorry.
one on September 21st is at 2905 Virgo. So the very last day, very last degree. Yeah. And so health, preparation for what could be another pandemic. You're not the only astrologer to have said that. I'm going to hold the hope that it won't happen, but also we got to hear it, you know?
Yeah, and
So,
Ann Ortley, I went on a cruise, her cruise, and she
oh,
said,
she was the other one. Yeah.
she said there might be a pandemic.
She said it in New York City. Yeah. And I
Yeah,
was like,
here
ah.
or in the spring.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay. So,
and the eclipse on February 17th of next year is at 28 degrees of Aquarius. The moon of the United
mm,
States is 27 Aquarius, and the moon rules the
wow.
people. And
Okay. Okay.
it's in the third house of our chart. So we just have to be aware that there could
Yes.
be something. It might not. There might be
Yes.
something that's small or something that's tamped down, but
Yeah.
just be
I do
aware.
just want to. I'm just going to throw this out there because I'm going to piggyback off of what Pisces Johnny LaCosta said. He said, "I bind and rebuke another pandemic."
Yes, please. I rebuke it too. We don't want this. You know, in New York, there was the
Oh my
Legionnaire's
God, so
disease
funny.
outbreak, and all this heat, the heat and
Oh,
the heat and the storms and like the earth is crying out to be taken care of. And
yes, I know. See, I just want to throw it out there, and honey, I will gladly give you like my astrological license, and you can rip it up and burn it if this does not happen. I give you full permission, Taurus. But I just want to hold the possibility that the Saturn Neptune conjunction in Aries next February has the potential to be phenomenally corrective. I'm really going to hold that because the ones that happened in 89, which was the last Saturn Neptune conjunction that we had here, you know, in modernity, was the year that I was born. Other 89ers would love to know if you're in the building. And a journalist called that year the year of unexpected and joyful liberation. And then when I did my own research to track the other Saturn Neptune conjunctions throughout American history, there was phenomenal 11th hour liberatory energy that absolutely no one saw coming.
I've got, I want to see a peaceful Neptune revolution Uranus where maybe the army somewhere around the world puts down their arms and refuses to follow orders anymore. I can totally see that happen. That's what I'm trying to bring in. And that we
Yeah.
say enough is enough. We are
Yes.
not, and you will see it around the world where people
Yes.
start like the rich overlords cannot keep doing this if
No.
we don't allow it.
And I,
And
oh, go
people
ahead.
are going to be scared about seeing AI and like robots taking over
Mm.
like your job. And if we don't stop it now, I feel like we've got Saturn and Neptune in Aries, and that's a
Yes.
wedge between that Uranus Pluto trine where they just want to like just control us and turn us into
Hmm.
just serfs in the United States. Um, and but we can pull that back. We have 2.5 years where Saturn's in Aries to slow this thing down. Saturn's offering resistance to this energy, and yeah, I can that's what I'm trying to manifest, a peaceful
Yeah.
revolution. It does not have to be horrible. So yes, Con,
No.
you're on
Yeah.
it.
Oh, we'll see. And I'm also considering the fact that, in 89, that was the beginning of the fall of the Soviet Empire, which would have
Mhm.
been deemed unthinkable. That's why a historical lens can be really inspiring and instructive. And I'm sort of thinking about Israel as a settler colonial project of the United States, considered absolutely unthinkable for APAC and Israel to just continue to commit war crimes without impunity. It's almost feeling that same sense of like, what's it going to take? Right? And that's what I think a lot of Americans thought about the USSR in 89.
Mhm,
And then as
mhm.
soon as the Berlin Wall fell on November 8th, boom, 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 boom. So I've been talking to some Palestinian American activists around the fact that, like, pay attention to February. And
Yes.
of course, I wish it would happen 3 years ago. And also, I just have a funny suspicion that that could be the beginning of that which is unthinkable, unexpected, and positioning liberation for all. I'm really going to hold that because I love an Aries bitch to come in here and be like, guess what, everybody? I'm free of all you motherfuckers. So fingers
Yeah,
crossed.
they're there. Saturn and Neptune are meeting on the IC of the United States. It could be, the president
Yes.
retires. Let's call it that. That could
Retire.
be
Let's call
it.
it
And then,
that.
like, people are like, JD Vance starts, like, he's such a jerk that people are like, no, we're not doing what you said. You
No,
never know. Yeah.
no, and that's what I'm just holding is like something is and I could be wrong, right? But something is challenging me to think about just as the unthinkability of Israel as a settler colonial project, in addition to being funded by global empires and maybe even unknown financing, right? We're almost like, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph,
Well, people are
what
getting
will have to happen?
mad and noticing Israel has free health care and I think free college. And
Oh
the
yeah,
United States, we send them billions
of
every
course.
year. I
That's
think
that's when
that
I
is going
radicalized
to
my dad.
the
Sorry.
the
Yeah, go
left
ahead.
and the right are getting very, very angry about how
Absolutely.
much we're supporting this. And
And
lots of
have
people are
been.
furious that we dropped a bomb on Iran for
Yes.
Israel.
Right.
Furious. Why are we telling Ireland that they can't not they can't boycott Israel? I mean,
Right.
it's like what is going on here?
Right.
And
No, I
people are
know.
and even Marjorie Taylor Greene is making sense. I was
Tucker
like, what is
Carlson,
going
honey.
on?
Yo, I
She
know.
has had it. And she
My
is
friend
like,
Tali is here. She turned me on to this. Yeah. I am agreeing with Tucker Carlson on what planet?
yes. I'm like, what is going on?
No, yeah,
Making
see?
sense about, this is something I think the 2028 election is going to be
Yeah.
all about. And if you're supporting Israel and just sending more and more money, you may be losing your race
Oh,
because we have
more,
had
oh
it.
my God,
And
your
maybe even
race, your conscience.
2026.
Oh yeah, even 1000%. Because look at New York City and Mamdani. He was
Mhm.
asking in the mayoral debate, like, why are you asking if I would go visit Israel? I don't see other
Yes.
countries represented here. And no, I would not visit an ethno-fascist state so long as it's committing apartheid. So thank you
Mhm.
so much. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, and the fact that he won to the volume to which he did in New York City, which is ranked, I'm pretty sure, the most concentrated place of Jews in America. It's
Mhm.
like, yo, Democrats, if you don't get this all the motherfucking way together, you can just kiss the possibility of any election success goodbye. Because
Yeah,
it's
and
like
there are
the
lots
people
of
have
Jews
spoken.
for Palestine. I mean,
Yes,
the people
absolutely.
in Israel have been in the streets for 2 years against this Netanyahu character. He could be someone taking a bow.
Yeah, see, so
Mhm.
I'm just, look, I know it's the 11th hour and it's feeling hopeless. And also, I just believe in history as an instructive source of imperfect inspiration. And 89 completely reshaped modernity. We have not had those transits since then.
Yeah, Jewish Voices for Peace. Yes, that's what. Yeah,
You
and
know,
when did apartheid? I need to look at the year for South
for South
Africa
Africa.
apartheid
Oh,
when the
yes.
world
Good
said no
question.
more and started boycotting South Africa. That was a big.
I
That
feel
was
like
in
the
the
80s
eighties.
too. That was in the
That was the
80s
80s.
too. Yeah, because I
Hmm.
remember Margaret Thatcher was like anti, because of course, neoliberalism, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, look at us knowing our shit.
It's
My
yeah.
and now we full circle it, which is my brilliance brings all the boys to the yard.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh,
And
someone
the
said 1994, so that was after the
Saturn and
Saturn Neptune
Pisces.
conjunction
Yep.
in Capricorn. Yeah,
Yes.
breaking down the structure
Thank you, Lauren.
of that. Yeah, and
Oh,
it was
thank
many years.
yeah, see, so again, we wish it happened. We wish it never even needed to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Someone
And
says
also,
May 4th, 1990, right
1990.
after Saturn Neptune. So, yeah, yeah.
Hello. No,
So,
I'm telling you, I am feeling really positive about this. But also, if nothing happens in UAC 2026, you can spank me in public and say, girls, he's no longer going to
well,
be
we
the
have to hold the
Arbitrary.
light, and
Yeah.
it's up to us. It's like
Yes.
Saturn and Neptune and Aries are about we are the people we've been searching for. Pluto and
Hello.
Aquarius, we have to rise as groups in order
Yes.
to fight the power. And it's getting so oppressive, like what's happening in the government. People
Right.
are People are saying enough is enough. Yeah.
Enough is enough. And my friend Tali said, does this bode well for the end of genocide? I'm going to hold that at night, actually, T. I really am. So, again, the last time we had a year of political miracles was 1989. You know, several before and in between, but that really shaped modernity as we know it. And that transit was called the Saturn Neptune conjunction. We're going to have it again for the first time since then in February of 2026. Okay.
Mhm.
So, my darling, I've taken so much of your time.
Oh, I
We
could talk to you
appreciate.
all day,
Oh my
Colin. But
God.
thank you. Thank you, thank
Uh,
you, thank you so
of
much for
course.
having me. I do personal
Always.
readings if
Yes,
anyone
you do.
wants to come see me. And then
Lala.
come to my free webinar on Sunday if you want some guidance about these eclipses, and stay tuned for my class. But it has been such a joy talking to you. It always
Always.
is, and your brilliant self.
Oh,
Thank you
stop
so
it.
much. I'm sure everybody, if you're not following Colin, make sure you're following him if you're
Thank you,
here on
baby.
for me. And yeah,
Thank
love
you.
you
Thank you.
much.
Oh,
Thank you
love
for
you
having
much.
me.
Of course. Can I just say one more funny story and then I'll let you go?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm my
Yeah.
mother's daughter. This is so funny. Um, okay. So on the last day of NORAC 2025, okay, Christopher Renstrom and I were sitting at the dinner table. Did he tell you this? Because it is so
No.
fucking funny. Okay, we're sitting there eating our dinner, laughing, laughing, laughing. You know, being the gay bitches we are. And then we look in the screen of Norway 2026, and we see you as a Zoom face, and we're like, wait a minute. What is Celeste doing on Zoom when she's in this hotel room? Okay. And then we were like going to start a riot trying to find you and be like, where is like, I think you just weren't feeling well, or maybe you just needed a breather. But we were like, the fuck on. Why are we seeing Celeste? There ain't nothing but two floors above. Okay.
I can't remember. I was just so exhausted or
Oh
something.
yeah. You're just in your
Oh, you
bed,
know what?
trying to
I
take a
got
nap.
sick. I got sick, and I was one of the people who got COVID.
Oh, never mind that. Okay, but I just would
That's
like to
why I
tell
was in
you
my room.
that Christopher and I was ready to flip a table. I was like, I had my hands underneath, like, just say the word, Chris. I'll flip this thing so fast. Where is she? Okay. We were ready to riot because we missed you. So, anyway,
Oh.
just had to tell you that your Capricorn boys were like, where's our girl?
Oh yeah,
I
that's
love
right. I
it.
totally forgot about that. Yeah, I
Oh,
was in
so
my
funny.
room.
And then because I love seeing him break character a little bit, you know,
Uh-huh.
because he's so serious, but not always. He has a great sense of humor, of course. Like, so I love watching his like personality detours of like, let's do something where we break the rules. And it was, let's cause a riot because justice for Celeste. Why is she not here? Like, we were pissed. So anyway, just had to tell you that. Thank you for listening.
So
Okay.
funny. Well, thank you for everyone. All your great comments. You have the best
Yeah.
community, Colin. So
You know
smart
what?
and always have great comments.
Thank you for saying that because damn fucking right I do. Let me tell all you
Oh,
guys something. Yeah, go ahead. What?
oh,
Go ahead.
someone's asking, are you going to UAC? Yes,
We
Colin
both
and
are.
I are both speaking at UAC. And you can sign up. This is the astrology conference, the biggest in the world. It's next September 3rd through
Yep.
8th. I'm actually on the
Yes.
planning committee, so I'm planning the lunch lectures.
Uh oh.
And please consider coming to Chicago. It is
Yeah,
going to be
the best.
phenomenal.
The
Do not
best.
wait for the last minute because I get the feeling it's going to sell out. We'll see. I could be wrong. I just have a feeling it might
Mm,
sell out, even though people from out of the country may be concerned about coming.
fair. Which,
But
yeah, I know. I've spoken to a few who are like, absolutely not, but we'd still love to have you. And then somebody said, come to Ireland. Celeste, like, what's good? Should we go to Dublin? Like, how?
I have never been to Ireland. I would love to come.
Yeah.
Yes, wonderful. Oh, good.
Yes.
Someone's
So
coming both Norwalk and UAC. Yes, we'll see you
can't
there.
yeah, we
Mhm.
can't not be in those spaces. Aren't they just the best, Celeste? Like these
It's
just
so one of the best ways to grow your astrology business and just grow your life is through networking and networking in personal. And so if you take
so true.
classes, get to know the people, So you can talk to people about astrology without them looking at you funny. And it's just, I mean, these conferences are so much fun. And
Right?
just being in
Life changing.
community and on the dance floor. Colin and I are always on the dance floor. And you don't forget to learn your milkshake. It might not be a thing next year, but I still think we should learn it.
But here's what I'm thinking. Like, whenever we walk into our lectures, milkshake should be playing. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll,
Absolutely.
we'll, we'll walk like slow
Absolutely.
mo or something. The luminaries are here. I don't know what it is, but obviously, yeah, no, they're so much fun and building amazing friendships that are just phenomenal. I couldn't be more grateful for what they've done to change my life. And for the record, folks, there are plenty of scholarships available. Okay. So
Yes.
just want to share that, I went to my very first one on a scholarship. So I know that for lots of different reasons. Economic instability can be a significant barrier. So just reach out and see if there are ways for you to either volunteer and or go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yes, scholarships are open now, I believe, for UAC.
Oh,
So
great.
check it out. Go to UAC. I'm not sure what I should know. UAC
No, no, no.
Astrology,
It's
I think.
okay. We just went to
Just
another
search
planet,
for
honey.
United Astrology
Yeah.
Conference.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. No, because
Hmm.
there's really nothing like it. So, Celeste, I
Yeah.
swear, now I'll let you go. All
Oh, and
right.
somebody mentioned Kepler. Yes, I'll be at the Kepler
Oh my
Symposium next week.
God.
I
Yes.
teach for
Where in
Kepler
Florida?
College, and it's in Niagara Falls.
You're
Yes,
going to be in New
September.
York State?
Yes, I am. How far is Niagara from you?
I think like
It's like six
17
hours.
hours.
It's
I
like too far.
it's wait, I know I really should know this. I'm pretty sure it's like on the top of my state. It's like way the fuck out of
It
here.
is. It's
Almost
almost to
positive.
Canada. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just going there and
No New
back.
York, honey.
Oh,
We're
good. Yeah.
by. Yeah.
Emily, I'll see you
Okay.
there. Definitely. And you could
Yes.
also get
Yeah.
virtual tickets. I'm going to talk about relating in the age of Aquarius.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
my boo is from Uruguay.
Oh,
Yes. I might have to
yes.
escape to there, Joa. I hope I say your
Necesita
name.
Yeah,
Mhm.
necesitamos ir juntos. We need to go together. Porque yo
Mhm.
necesito practicar mi español muy malo, and I need
Yes.
to improve
Uh-huh.
that big time. Might as well pop up to Canada then, seriously.
Yes, I
Wait,
love
so
Canada. I lived
I
in
didn't
Canada.
I didn't know that your boo nació in Uruguay. I did not know that.
See.
Ah,
Mhm.
sí. Okay, Sagitario, right? Isn't he a Sag?
Yes.
Of
Yes, he's
course.
a Sagittarius
Yes.
stellium.
Sex.
So
Mira,
never
mira tu
not
ojos.
date
Okay.
someone just based on the astrology, I think. I think you're missing out if you're like, because Taurus and Sagittarius aren't supposed to work.
Bizarre.
But there are
Bizarre.
other things, like we have a
Yes.
moon Venus conjunction and other stuff
Oh,
that brings us together despite some of the tensions
I bet you do. I bet
of
you
our
do.
stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Oh my
very,
God.
very learning. Yes.
Emily is dragging me. She said, Colin,
Emily's like Colin's a Gemini.
Ita- Italian
Their
with their
goodbyes are
goodbyes.
an hour long.
It's
Oh,
true.
please
Go
make
ahead.
me a collaborator. I want to put this on my wall too.
Uh, Honey, you already know. Okay. So let me see if I could say this in Spanish.
Mm,
Okay. Gracias para todas las personas aquí, para mirando a esta conversación con mi amiga, se llama Celeste,
see.
right? And we
Astrology
appreciate,
by Celeste.
I love it. Yes, en español, claro, perfecto, bravísimo.
You're
And
so good. I need to learn Spanish better.
baby, I know like 9 sentences. I will kiss my own culo for a minute though and say I went on a date with a Virgo, todo en español. Porque
Ooh.
él no puede hablar en inglés. So I had to be like, okay, with a motherfucking Virgo. Okay, went very well
Wow.
too. By the way, he had nothing but he didn't say anything negative. He could have just been trying to see what I looked like naked and not be mean. But he was nice.
I bet you
Let me
did
not.
really well with
Yeah, I
your
did
hablo
really well.
español, habas, or whatever.
I'm going to hablar en español. Sí. Oh my God, this is so funny. Let me not make this into a spicy content because I'm always dancing on the border of like, should I talk about my sex life? But I'm not going to do it. My
Well,
mother's
mine
watching.
has been spectacular lately. Oh my
Name it,
God.
girl. Name it, girl.
I'll talk about my sex life.
Yeah, you do it.
Muy bueno.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm sweating. I'm sweating, girl. And that's exactly what I want you. Porque tú tienes una luna en Aries. You have a moon in Aries.
Yes.
And tú necesitas una vida de sexo perfecto. You need a good sex life.
A
Okay.
Taurus energy, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, everybody says Scorpio always shuts it down. You got to try a Taurus at least once or twice. Yeah.
hmm
If you can get
hmm
them, it takes a long commitment. Oh, Dio mio.
You had to work for it.
You do. I'm like, all this work for what? Come
And then we had a
on.
little separation, and he had
That's
to
true. I
work together to
remember.
get us back together.
Yes. And then there was me and Chartreuse in the pool, like, oh my God. And then what happened? That you emailed? What happened?
Oh, Chartreuse, how is she? Oh my
She's
God,
good. She's,
we
oh, we had so much fun.
we had so much fun in
I,
Arizona. Oh my God. But
it's,
she
I
needs
know.
to post one of our reels that she's got.
I know. She's always sitting on them. I'm like, yo, Venus and Cancer, release the vault. Okay, what are you doing? I know. And then my Taurus were just said, mira tu boca, watch your mouth. Saying, can I just say, oh, now I'm really going to shut up. Okay, I'm just going to tell myself super quick. Of all the zodiac signs, Taurus is the hardest for me to read. Like body language, I don't like
We're in
Scorpio.
your
I know.
blind spot. We're in your blind spot because you're a Gemini.
Damn, because I could tell right away with a Scorpio. I'm like, oh, you want to fight and you want to fuck. And I do too. Let's do it right now. Right now. Okay. But with Taurus, I'm just looking at them like, what is going on in that pretty little face of yours? Like, but I can't read them half the time. And it might not even be that deep. They're usually just like, I'm
Thinking
thinking
about
about
food.
bread. Yeah, I'm thinking about bread.
What am I
Bread.
having for lunch?
I know. And I'm just like, sure. I think it goes deeper than that. Like, no, I am quite literally thinking about cheese on bread. That is it, Colin. It's not that deep. I'm like, I don't believe you. But anyway, okay, this was so much fun. Celeste, I love you. I'm going to post this right now. Share it as a collaborator, yada, yada, yada. I'm proud of you and I love you.
I love you too, Colin. Thank you so much. Thank you for
Of
everyone for
course.
joining. Take good
Yes.
care. And you
Right.
got these eclipses. We got it.
We got it. And so do you. Mwah. Bye, everybody. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.